Yes. Uh-huh. Provides funding to counties to cover the cost of technology. Oh, now there's this over here. Yes. Uh-huh. This called homeless or emergency shelters for victims of domestic violence. Yes. Uh-huh. The exemption for emergency shelters for domestic violence victims or people experiencing homelessness from impact fees. Now, I'm being victimized because I'm on rental assistance. Yes. And I haven't paid the rent this month, but I did get paid last month. Yes. And you're thinking that the counties are going to pay for this instead of the respondent. Yes. And you're going to issue these protection orders without any due process, using forgeries, yes, without any of the protections of the law. So I'm going to wear a wristwatch or an ankle bracelet for the next 10 years. Now, it seems like cruel and unusual punishment, yes, that just because you issue a protection order, that you're going to tell the respondent, well, you can get out of jail if you'll put this, if you wear this ankle bracelet. See, the informational handout on the opportunity to request the technology to be provided to individuals seeking a protection order. Yes. Now, I would say that the individuals that I have known that do wear ankle bracelets, yes, they agreed to that monitoring, yes, because of being convicted of a crime, yeah. But the way that I see that you've been issuing these protection orders, yes, that you've been using forgery and fraud to issue them, and then you've been arresting myself and probably others for crimes that they didn't commit, and you wouldn't admit the evidence because of Brady right now. And then you make them have a mental health evaluation, right? And then the state says, well, you're bipolar, schizophrenic, or delusional. Yes. And the only way we're going to let you out of jail is if you have one of these ankle bracelets on. Ouch. And then I, yes, am going to pay you $50 a month for the next 10 fucking years, so that you can pay for your technology to monitor all of those that have mental health problems because they are not competent to stand trial. Now, when we look at the mental health evaluations, pooch, of all of those that have allegedly committed a crime right now. Well, you said, excuse me. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Budnick, but our mental health professional has designated that you have to wear an ankle bracelet to protect the alleged victims of domestic violence that you did not actually victimize. Yes, because while on Guam, I had an evaluation and I did my 7 hours of fucking classes. So let's look at how you're going to use this technology. Yes. Allegation of a crime. Refusing to admit the evidence that I wasn't in Squim. Yeah. Refusing to admit the evidence I wasn't in Brennan. Yes. And refusing to admit the evidence that I didn't email anybody at the Quilcene School District where my sons go to school. Yes. Or the Brennan School District where my wife is employed as a teacher. That's right. And then once you get the mental health evaluation, you'll just dismiss it because of incompetence. Yes, but we can't let you out unless you have the bracelet on. Yes, and you're going to get $600 a year for as long as I have to wear it. So as to protect against the allegation of a repeat, yes, of the allegation of committing a crime, because we would not admit the evidence that you were innocent of any wrongdoing. That's how it looks like you're going to use this. Right. You just make up some bullshit about somebody and make them wear a fucking bracelet for the rest of their lives. If I try to remove it, we'll pick you up, we'll put you back in because you're crazy. Yes. If I get anywhere near the residence, you'll keep it confidential so that once I'm within 999 feet of wherever it is that the individual lives, works, or takes their kids, yes, you'll show up because you have my GPS location for the rest of my life. You know, there could be a class action lawsuit in just suggesting this. Mhm, mhm. Considering, yes, the number of times that you've arrested me, yes, and you refuse to admit the evidence that I hadn't involved myself in any crime at all. The refusal to acknowledge my record being expunged, yes. And then the refusal to acknowledge my rights as an American citizen. Now, a lot of people say, well, it's privacy, but really it's more like 1 through 10. Yes, it does. And then maybe 13 and 14. Ooch, the involuntary servitude and slavery of American citizens in the name of protecting those that are allegedly the victims of domestic violence. It's the forced slavery of every American citizen that tells the government to go fuck yourself right now. 13th Amendment. Oops.